Now, you mentioned something about voluntarily doing this, and it kind of brings up the thought in regards to volunteerism in general. What is your opinion that can volunteerism be done on a large scale in the even in society with respect to community service? I mean, how do you see community service and volunteerism kind of connect to each other?
Sure, and I think in terms of translating Islamic teachings into viable institutions, in that case we are somewhat slow in the making, and we've not done our best to accomplish that. And what I mean by that is the analogy would be in the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy developed the notion of the Peace Corps. And the Peace Corps was essentially that if you took young, vibrant, dynamic people, trained them in the local languages of wherever they wanted to travel to, gave them a set of skills of whatever it is they wanted to, the area they wanted to work in, then they would go and take part in this. Well, for Muslims, every aspect of this, the Peace Corps, is really a part of our religion. It's a part of our teachings. And what we have to be able to do is to say to our young people that if you, from the very beginning of young, even as a child of 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, if you begin to think about the needs of others, about trying to be of service to others, in the immediate example, it would be to your parents. If that consciousness is instilled, it would be to your grandparents, it would be to your relatives. Then slowly, as you step out into society, it would be to those in need outside, helping someone cross the street, going and helping someone who's ill in a neighbor next door, and helping them, maybe bringing them food, helping them to get to the hospital, bringing medicine for them, whatever the case is. These are individual cases. To translate this into a large-scale focus, almost always it's human emotion to do so in the face of national and large-scale tragedies. So it's very true that when earthquakes and even when Hurricane Katrina and other such disasters occurred, the amazing thing was that people were immediately inspired to say, I want to rush down there, I want to help them, pack the bags with sand and create the barricades. I want to provide for those who are homeless, who've been left homeless because their homes were destroyed. I want to go help clean up all of these things. Now, what we have to do as Muslims is to be able to say that every Muslim community in America, if they begin to have small projects, then that small project feeds into a larger project, then you can easily have essentially a large-scale volunteer mobilization almost at command. Because the point person of each community who is the volunteer coordinator or leader of that area, then that structure gives way to saying, we need to mobilize in this area. We need to mobilize in X area or Y area. And I think so this is the kind of vision that we should be moving towards.
Are you satisfied with letting others misrepresent Islam? No, we must do something. Support 877 Why Islam project. They have put billboards in over 40 cities, hundreds of subway and bus ads. 877 Why Islam airs radio advertisements in major cities and recently launched TV commercials on local Fox, CNN and CBS channels. Send your donations today.